Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. This afternoon from Estes Park High School, it's a Patriot League clash as the visiting Brush Bee Diggers take on the Estes Park Bobcats. I'm John Beltran as the Bee Diggers come into this game with a record of 3-4 overall, as do the Bobcats. The Bee Diggers at 3-2 in Patriot League play. Estes Park at 2-2. Both teams played last night. The Bee Diggers put together a huge second quarter and ran away from the Eats It Reds at home. That final score was 72-57. So the Bee Diggers won that game by 15. As for Estes Park, they fell behind 25-9 after one quarter last night in Kersey against the Platte Valley Broncos. And they rallied with a 26-9 run in the third quarter, won the game 67-59 as Isaac Cerrone led the way with 26 points. Starting lineup this afternoon is brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. At Cargill.com, Grayson Simmons, Nico Guzman, Austin Garcia, Kyle Rosenbach, and Clay Shaver for Brush. Chris Moody, Adam Tully, the big man Nick Johnson, the aforementioned Isaac Cerrone, and Joe Colson for Estes Park. The opening tip brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. We remind you that you can follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports if you're listening now and you're not going to follow the game all the way. And we'll be happy to certainly post it on Twitter at KSIR Sports or on our Facebook page, 1010 KSIR Sports. It'll be Rosenbrock jumping center with Nick Johnson. Both teams going for their fourth victories of the year, and the tip is controlled by the Bobcats. With the basketball is Cerrone. At the top now, it's Moody. Moody back to Cerrone. Again, he had 26 points last night. Picked up by Garcia. Bee Diggers in a man-to-man. Cerrone looking down low at the free throw line is going to feed Tully. Here's the left corner three up and no good. And the ball is tipped around and still tipped around into the hands of Tully. Tully trapped. He's going to have to back it out. Johnson with a little 5-footer scores. The initial shot was missed by Colson. But Johnson gets Estes Park on the board. It's 2-0. Bee Diggers with their first possession. Guzman into the front court. The Bee Diggers dressed in their road maroons and Estes Park in their home whites. At the top is Simmons. Simmons guarded by Johnson on the high right to Shaver. In the right corner, here's Austin Garcia. Hands it off to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock jump pass tipped out of bounds by Cerrone. Bee Diggers retain possession of the basketball. And to throw it in will be Garcia. Garcia to the left of the basket. Looking, still looking. Left baseline. Rosenbrock, defender in the air, and then scoops it up and in. He got Nick Johnson to bite on that one. Rosenbrock scores. We're deadlocked at 2. Moody the other way. On the outside left for Cerrone. Cerrone with the basketball. Down low for Johnson, and then he was fouled before he tried to put up that shot. That's the first foul of the game. And Rosenbrock got him there. And to throw it in will be Moody. Moody for Colson. Back out to Cerrone. Dribbles to his left by Garcia. In the left corner is Colson against Rosenbrock. Kicks it back out to Moody. Moody at the top of the outside left to Colson. Dribbles to his right towards the top of the three-point circle. Swings a baseball pass off the hand of Tully out of bounds. It's the first turnover of the game. It's committed by the Bobcats. And here come the Bee Diggers the other way with Guzman. Guzman at the top, hands it off to Simmons. Off his foot, has to chase it down. Now the ball's loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Cerrone. He will lay it up and in, and that's just Simmons being a little bit careless with the basketball. As Cerrone scores, it's 4-2, Estes Park, 6:20 to go in the opening quarter. Garcia at the top, dribbles to his right. Garcia between his legs, right of the lane, pulls up from 12. Yes, Austin Garcia scores, and we're deadlocked at 4. Cerrone trapped in the backcourt, dribbles by Simmons. That's a 5-on-4 in the left corner. Colson fakes, dribbles left of the lane. 10-foot pull-up is short, and the ball is knocked around, and it's going to be saved into Colson. Colson jump pass to Cerrone, and Cerrone is fouled. And that might have been Simmons. And it is Simmons with a foul. So to shoot 2 will be Isaac Cerrone. With 5:54 to go in the opening quarter, the first free throw is around and no good. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. Second free throw coming up for Cerrone, and that is up, and that one is in and out as well, and the rebound is controlled by Shaver of Brush. On the outlet to Simmons, still deadlocked at 4. Simmons into the front court. Over to Garcia. Garcia guarded by Moody. Dribbles to his left. Left of the free throw line. Pick from Rosenbrock. Back out to Guzman. Guzman with a headband feeds it over to Simmons. Chest pass on a high left to Garcia. Against Moody. Dribbles left baseline underneath the basket. Cross court to Rosenbrock. Right corner to Guzman. Guzman behind the three-point line to Rosenbrock in the corner. Rosenbrock kicks it back out to Guzman. 5:22 to go in the opening quarter. Deadlocked at 4 from Estes Park. Garcia in the high left against Moody. Between his legs. Dribbles towards the left baseline. Maintains the dribble. Looking for a call. Feeds it left corner to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock down low for Shaver. Knocked away. Taken by Garcia. Jump pass to Simmons. Ball is knocked away. It is loose. And it's picked up by Cerrone. And he will be fouled by Simmons as he tried to lay it up and to the line once again as Cerrone. As Simmons commits his second foul. So Cerrone to shoot 2 once again. First National Bank in Fleming since 1917. First National Bank member FDIC. And the free throw is in, and the Bobcats lead the Bee Diggers 5-4. The boys' game going on here. The girls' game in Brush. We'll have the update of that game coming up momentarily. Second free throw is up, and that line drive is in. Cerrone with 4, and the Bobcats lead 6-4. Micaiah Rocha into the game for Brush. He replaces Simmons, who's saddled with foul trouble. Estes Park yet to make a substitution here in the opening 3 minutes. Guzman on the high right to Rocha, picked up by Cerrone. Maintains the left-handed dribble. Jump pass to Rosenbrock on the high left. Rosenbrock at the free throw line. Into the lane is Garcia, and then he's fouled as he drove towards the basket. And the Estes Park foul was committed by Adam Tully. And to throw it in will be Garcia with the Bee Diggers down by 2. Garcia looking, had Rosenbrock open underneath, didn't get it to him. Over to Guzman on the high left. Guzman dribbles to his right, cross court to Garcia. Garcia behind the three-point line, dribbles to his left, and pulls up from about 8, and that's a brick. And the rebound taken by Tully of Estes Park. At the outlet to Moody. Moody across the timeline, dribbled by Garcia. Ball stripped from behind, taken by Rocha. This will be an easy layup for Nico Guzman, who lays it up and in as the Bee Diggers capitalize on the turnover. The second for the Bobcats, deadlocked at 6. Johnson the other way. Jump pass back out to Moody. On the outside left here, Cerrone with a basketball. Dribbles towards the baseline. Bounce pass knocked away, taken by Johnson. Here is Moody down low for Johnson. Defender in the air, scoops it up and in. That's Cerrone who scores. 8-6 in favor of Estes Park. 4 minutes to go in the first. Garcia comes the other way for Brush. Bobcats ready to make a couple of substitutions. On the outside left for Guzman. Lobs it left baseline for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock penetrates all the way, scoops it up short, but the ball is rebounded by Shaver. Bee Diggers maintain possession to Garcia. He's got to get out of the lane. Does to Rosenbrock on the pass. Rosenbrock with a basketball. Gets a pick from Garcia. Now retreats towards the timeline. Now feeds Garcia with 3.5 to go. Garcia between his legs against Moody. Pulls up from 16, and that's off the back of the rim. The one-handed rebound is grabbed by Cerrone. Cerrone with the basketball, and it had it stripped by Garcia. It's a 2-on-1. Garcia, right of the lane, will put it up off the glass, and he misses, but he's fouled by Adam Tully. That'll be Tully's second foul as Estes Park commits their third turnover. And to the line will be Austin Garcia. Well, neither team has had more than a 2-point lead. In fact, the Bee Diggers have not led yet. It's been either tied or a 2-point lead for Estes Park. The Garcia free throws in the air, and that's around and good.
Play tough, Spencer.
Spencer Woodward and Tanner Stark check in for Estes Park. Second free throw coming for the senior Garcia. With the Bee Diggers down by a point. Benz shoots in and out, but the rebound to Barfus, and he banks and misses an easy one. Going for the rebound as Barfus grabbed instead by Colson. Well, that was an easy one for Barfus, just couldn't put it down. Moody with a basketball in the front court. The Bobcats by one. Bounce pass high right for Cerrone. Long three, and that is going to be off the top of the backboard and no good. That was about a 25-foot three-pointer. And the Bee Diggers will have the basketball, and Dullahan checks in for Estes Park. Here is Guzman with the basketball at the top. Met by Colson on the outside right to Garcia. Garcia lobs it inside. Terrible pass. And it's intercepted over there by Cerrone. Yeah, he tried to force it. Had no lane whatsoever. And that bounce pass taken away by Rosenbrock in the front court. Rosenbrock's going to have to slow it down as the rest of the defenders catch up for Estes Park. Garcia near the right corner, 2.5 to go. Estes Park 8, Brush 7. Rosenbrock bounce pass right of the lane to Barfus, all the way, scoops it up short. And then Rosenbrock grabs the rebound. He missed an easy one. And then the ball is tipped into the hands of Spencer Woodward. Nice job of the Bobcats getting that basketball. Into the front court with a basketball. In the lane is going to be Stark. Back out to Woodward towards the top. On the high right to Cerrone. In the right corner for Colson. Picked up by Rocha. Maintains the left-handed dribble. Kicks it back out. Over to Stark. Stark at the top. Bounce pass on the high left for Cerrone. Now to Stark. 15-footer is off to the left. Rosenbrock goes high for his second rebound. And then we got a whistle and a foul in the backcourt against the Bobcats. And the foul was committed by Spencer Woodward, his first. Third team foul for Estes Park. The Bee Diggers have a couple with 1:57 to go in the opening quarter. Rosenbrock is out. And Cameron Alexander's into the game. Both of these teams, as we mentioned, won last night. The Bee Diggers at home and the Bobcats on the road. Roach on the high left in the corner. Bounce pass to Barfus. Left of the lane. Hooks it up and in for Eric Barfus. And the Bee Diggers have their first lead of the game. It's 9-8, 1:38 to go in the first. Here is Stark. Across the timeline. Bounce pass taken by Cerrone. Right of the lane all the way. He leans. Has the shot blocked by Barfus. Barfus away with the basketball to Garcia, 2-on-1. Over to Guzman, scoops it up, and he missed it. And the ball is loose, picked up by Alexander, and he's fouled on the floor. Alexander had control and was fouled.
You guys gotta want the ball. Get it.
And the foul was committed by Dullahan.
Play tough, move.
Or Dulligan, I believe. Anyway, to throw it in is Garcia. Garcia to trigger it in. Over to Alexander, left of the lane, double teamed, and we got a violation on the Bee Diggers. On the line was Garcia receiving that pass, and Brush turns it over for a third time.
Break.
Here come the Bobcats the other way with 1:19 to go. The Bee Diggers apply the pressure in the backcourt. Moody with the basketball, dribbles by two at the top, and then he traveled as he had the ball stuck in his right hand.
Gotta get in the middle.
And Estes Park commits their fifth turnover. Here come the Bee Diggers the other way, leading 9-8 with 1:12 to go in the opening quarter. Guzman dribbles by Moody, bounce past Alexander, right of the lane, free throw line for Barfus. Barfus in the lane, 7-foot pull-up, yes. Eric Barfus has scored again. He's got 4. The Bee Diggers in the lead, 11-8. Moody pressured in the backcourt, jump pass to Cerrone. Cerrone across the timeline on the high left against Garcia. Cross court to Stark. 3 in the air is up, and that's off the back of the rim. And the rebound to Rocha Brush. The Bee Diggers come the other way. Rocha in the front court with a basketball. On the outside right near the corner for Garcia. 40 seconds to go. Fouled by Dulligan. That'll be his second foul with 41 seconds to go. The Bobcats with 14 fouls. The Bee Diggers have 3 to this point. Check that's 5 on Estes Park, and now Garcia to throw it in. 3/4 court in front of the Bobcat bench. There's the lob to Rocha. Rocha dribbles to his left. Picks up the dribble. Got to feed it to somebody. In the lane to Barfus. Right baseline to Alexander. Alexander to his left. Back out to Garcia. Garcia between his legs. In a lane. Garcia scoops it up and around and good. It got the rim. It got glass. It went through. Garcia with 5 points. The Bee Diggers are on a 7-0 run. They were down 8-6. Now lead 13-8. Moody with 13 seconds to go. Over to Woodward, back to Moody. Moody looks up at the clock with 8 seconds to go. And then his jump pass, right corner, Stark, wide open 3, good for Tanner Stark. And now the Bee-Diggers got to throw it up. Guzman from about 60, and it's well short. And that's the end of the opening quarter with a score. Brush 13, Estes Park 11. It's a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee-Diggers lead the Bobcats 13-11 going to the second quarter. I'm John Beltran live from Estes Park. It's Guzman, Simmons, Rosenbrock, Shaver, and Garcia for Brush. Guzman with a 10-foot pull-up is off to the left. And the rebound to Isaac Cerrone of Estes Park. Into the front court is Moody. Out there with Stark. Now to Cerrone. Nick Johnson also out there for Estes Park. Jump pass down low for Johnson. Stripped away and taken away by Grayson Simmons. Long pass to Guzman. He scoops it up and in off the glass. Nico Guzman scores. Guzman now with 4. Brush up by 4. 15-11. At the top is Moody with the basketball. Retreating now to his left. Back out over there to Woodward. Check that. That's Stark. Stark with the basketball to Moody. 15-footer right baseline. No. Rosenbrock high for the rebound is third. Rosenbrock got a 3-on-2. In the left corner, Guzman's not going to take the 3. He's got Simmons wide open. He'll fake the 3. Over to Guzman on the outside left. Guzman dribbles to his right in the lane. Scoops it up, and that is off to the left. The rebound to Shaver. Shaver to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock jump pass, and we've got a violation against the Bee-Diggers. I believe that's a 3-second call against Shaver. And to throw it in will be Cerrone in the backcourt. 1 minute into the second quarter. Here is Moody. They've got a 3-on-2. Moody then had the ball kicked on his bounce pass by Rosenbrock, and the Bobcats retain possession. Better quality, better service. It's Better Electric, the home of Sterling Trailers. Cerrone with the basketball at the top. On the jump pass to Moody, wide open 3 is off to the right, and the long rebound, and the ball's poked out of bounds. It is off of Nick Johnson. The Bee-Diggers have the basketball. And Simmons to throw it in. Here comes Guzman for Brush. Guzman spinning at the top against Stark in the right corner. Garcia fakes the 3, steps to his left. His floater's up and too strong. And a nice rebound over there for Adam Tully. And then the ball was nearly thrown away. Garcia tried to get it. Here comes Stark into the front court for Estes Park. He's going to feed it over to Moody. Moody with the basketball, dribbling to his left. Back out. Here's the Tully 3, and it's no good. But the putback is up and in. Nice job by Cerrone off the glass. Cerrone now with 8 points. The Bee-Digger lead is down to 2 at 15-13 with 6:06 to go. Second quarter for Estes Park. Guzman with the basketball at the top. Feeds Rosenbrock at the free throw line. Rosenbrock jump pass for Shaver. Tipped away, but Shaver now has it. Back out to Garcia. Garcia well behind the three-point line. Guarded by Moody. Between the legs. Dribbles to his right of the crossover. All the way. Reverse layup is up and too strong. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Rosenbrock. Puts it up and in. Rosenbrock found the loose change and scored. He's got 4 points and 4 rebounds. Bee-Diggers up 17-13. Long baseball pass to Cerrone. Left-handed layup is up and in off the glass. Cerrone now with 10. Brush 17, Estes Park 15. Nice job of Cerrone getting free. Simmons the other way for the Bee-Diggers. Guarded by Cerrone. Chest pass to the high left to Nico Guzman. Back to Simmons. Left baseline for Rosenbrock. Dribbles into the lane. Rosenbrock nearly tripped up. And backs it out to Guzman. Wide open 3 is in and out. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock underneath puts it up and in. Off the glass for Rosenbrock. 6 points and 5 rebounds. Now it's a 19-15 lead. 5 minutes to go in the second. Cerrone in the right corner for Moody. Down low for Johnson. Right of the lane. Turns. Shoots. And he scores. Oh, it sat on the lip of the rim for Nick Johnson. He's got 4. And the Bobcats to within 2, 19-17, with 4:44 to go, second quarter. Guzman to Simmons, knocked out of bounds by Cerrone. Cerrone now in double figures with 10. And Colson and Woodward check in for Moody and Tanner Stark. The Bee-Diggers counter now with Rocha and Barfus, and they will supplant Guzman and Shaver. Excellent ball game so far. The biggest lead has been 4 by either team. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies, 921 Edison Street in Brush. Open 6 days a week. Here's Garcia. Between the legs, in the lane. Garcia all the way, scoops it up. He's fouled. I believe it was on the floor. Fouls on Colson more than likely. He was defending him. Check that. It'll be on Tully. That's his third. And it was on the floater, so Garcia to shoot 2. He scored 5 points. in that opening quarter. The Brush girls leading 20-4 over Estes Park in the second quarter. Free throws up and in. 6 points now for Garcia. The Bee Digger lead is 3. And that game, of course, going on in Brush. Second free throw is up and in. Here comes Tanner Stark right back into the game because of Tully's foul trouble. He's got 3. Brush 21. Estes Park 17. Stark in the backcourt. Over to Cerrone, still in the backcourt to Johnson. Floats it to Woodward, now to Cerrone. Into the front court to Woodward. Woodward into the lane, pulls up his, then put up and in by Johnson. Looked like he tried to put up a shot. It was blocked. Johnson caught it in midair, so that's essentially a rebound and a bucket. Johnson with 6. Rosenbrock, right corner 3, is off the back of the rim. Rocha goes high for the rebound over the offender there, the defender, I should say. Barfus, right baseline underneath, scoops it up and in off the glass. He beat Johnson to the point. Barfus now with 6. The Bee Diggers back up by 4, 23-19. 3:47 to go second quarter. Stark trapped in the backcourt. Front court pass to Johnson. Johnson against Garcia. Lobs it back out to Stark. Straight away to Woodward. He'll take the 3. Good. Spencer Woodward nails the triple. Brush 23, Estes Park 22. 3.5 to go in the second. Simmons on the outside left to Garcia. Garcia against Colson. Dribbles to his right, into the lane, all the way, scoops it up and in! And a foul, Garcia to the line to shoot 1. As Garcia's now scored 9 points in the game, and the foul was committed by Colson.
That's her whole game, 15.
That'll be his first.
Keep him out.
The Bee Diggers looking to reclaim a 4-point lead. Simmons is out of the game in favor of Nico Guzman, who had a brief breather. Leading scorer in this game is Cerrone of Estes Park with 10. The free throw is up and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Johnson. Johnson on the outlet to Cerrone. Cerrone on the outside right to Stark. Stark down low for Cerrone. Defender in the air. Scoops it up off the glass. Too strong. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Woodward. Woodward with a long 3. Good! Woodward did it again. Spencer Woodward has tied the game at 25 with another 3. Under 3 minutes to go in the second. Rocha back out to Garcia. Garcia against Colson between his legs. At the free throw line, stripped by Woodward. Here come the Bobcats the other way. Woodward against Guzman. Crossover dribble. Scoops it up and in off the glass. Woodward is taking over the game. He's got 8 points all in the quarter. Estes Park 27, Brush 25. Guzman the other way at the top against Woodward. Behind the 3-point line. Takes a 3. Good! Nico Guzman nails the tray. Guzman now has 7 points in the game. They're going back and forth here. Cerrone in the front court. 3-on-2. Left baseline. Johnson's shot is going to be too deep. And Rocha has the rebound for the Bee Diggers, trying to dribble out of traffic. And then Rocha had the ball knocked out of bounds by Cerrone. Rocha's got to get rid of that basketball. He's got 2 teammates in the backcourt, and he's trying to dribble out of that mess over there. The Bee Diggers. All right.
Go, White!
Are they going to give it to Brush? Yeah.
What?
Anyway, Cerrone claimed it was off Rocha, so the Bee Diggers caught a break there. And it will be Brush basketball. 28-27 Brush, 2:12 to go in the second. Guzman straight away behind the 3-point line. Swings it back out to Rocha. Rocha to Garcia. Garcia into the lane, puts up a shot, and he traveled prior to that. And the Bee Diggers with their 5th turnover as Garcia made the shot, but he did shuffle the feet. Colson to throw it in the backcourt to Cerrone. Cerrone to Colson underneath his own basket. Still in the backcourt to Woodward, who's had a monster second quarter. Here is Colson. Colson dribbles by 2. It's a 5-on-3. Outside left, Cerrone fakes the 3. Dribbles left baseline, fades, and he misses the shot. Rosenbrock gets his 6th rebound. Rosenbrock trapped in the backcourt, then lost the ball out of bounds as the Bee Diggers turn it over. And the Bobcats looking to reclaim the lead with 1:45 to go in the second. As Brush is up by a point. And Colson to throw it in. Colson lobs it to Cerrone in midair. He misses the shot. Barfus grabs the rebound. Nice play call there by the Bobcats, and then Barfus traveled.
Yeah!
Barfus didn't think so, but that was an excellent call. Barfus definitely moved that back foot. And the Bobcats, once again, Estes Park has committed just one turnover in the second quarter. And Colson to throw it in. Over to Woodward. Woodward with the basketball on the outside, left to Colson, left corner for Stark. Stark to his right, then his bounce pass is kicked out of bounds by Guzman. And the Bobcats retain possession. The Bee Diggers have 7 turnovers, the Bobcats with 6. It's been that type of game. Chris Moody will check in for Tanner Stark. And Colson to trigger it in. Colson looking, still looking. Lobs it on the outside, left to Woodward. Woodward picks up his dribble over to Cerrone. Cerrone guarded by Garcia to Woodward. His floater's up, partially blocked, and taken away by Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock with the basketball across the timeline. Rosenbrock at the high right. Down low for Barfus. Lays it up and in. Off the window for Barfus. He's got 8. And the Bee Diggers lead by 3, 30-27. A minute 11 to go, second quarter. In the backcourt with the basketball. Now into the front court is Colson after Hunter Tasker checked into the game for the first time. Moody with the basketball against Guzman. Dribbling towards the top. Bounce pass to Cerrone. Cerrone against Garcia at the top. Jump pass to Moody. Lays it up. And goaltending. That should be goaltending. It is on Rosenbrock. And scoring is Chris Moody for the first time in the game. And the Bee Diggers, the ball really never got above the rim, but they normally call that goaltending. 30-29. Credit the basket to Moody, and that's the right score. 30-29. Here comes Guzman with 52 seconds to go in the second. Guzman with the basketball, and then had his pass tipped away and stolen by Cerrone all the way, and he's fouled by Rocha as he tried to lay it in. And that foul by Rocha is his first. I think Cerrone had thoughts of dunking it, but when you have thoughts of dunking it, it can slow down your momentum, and Rocha was able to catch up. And now Cerrone has to earn those 2 points. With 44.8 seconds to go, the free throw is up and good, and the game is tied at 30. Ackley Building Center at 1402 Mill Street in Brush for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more. It's Ackley Building Center. The second free throw is good as well. Cerrone has 12 points in the game. Estes Park 31, Brush 30. 40 seconds to go before the break. Garcia just across the timeline will direct traffic for the Bee Diggers. Garcia jump pass to Rosenbrock. Left of the lane, in the lane, then he's tripped up. That'll be the 8th team foul against Estes Park. 1-and-1 situation as Rosenbrock will go to the stripe, and the foul was committed by Chris Moody. That's his first. Rosenbrock with 6 points in the game. Rocha's out and Shaver's in. Yeah, the biggest lead we've had has been by the Bee Diggers. They were by 5. And the free throw is up and good. Rosenbrock now with 7. The game is tied at 31 with 31.1 seconds to go. Second free throw by the senior Rosenbrock, the 2A state player of the year in football. That's up and in. And the Bee Diggers call a brief timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. So Estes Park will have possession of the basketball. And just an outstanding game so far here. This team's battling back and forth. And pretty emblematic of what they did last night. The Brush girls lead Estes Park now 37-6 at halftime. Yeah, when these teams play again on February the 7th, we'll be doing the boys game in Brush. And mainly because the girls game is anticipated to be a very non-competitive contest. Estes Park has not won this year. So Bobcat basketball. The B Diggers with Barfus, Garcia, Guzman, Rosenbrock, and Shaver. It's Tasker, Woodward, Moody, Cerrone, and Colson for Estes Park. And the B Diggers got to watch out for Moody. Nobody's watching Moody on the other end. And there Barfus finally catches up. Long baseball pass taken by Moody. Now to Cerrone. Cerrone spinning. He leans and has the shot blocked by Barfus, but Barfus commits the foul. And to the line will be Isaac Cerrone. As the B Diggers hold a 1-point lead, but they're looking to reverse that right now. Free throw is in. Cerrone has made his last 5. Second free throw coming up. And that's in the air, and that is in as well. Cerrone now with 14. The Bobcats lead by a point. Deligan back into the game. Deligan with a couple of fouls. So the B Diggers have one more possession, you would assume. Guzman with a basketball across the timeline. Guzman right of the lane. Guzman kicks out to Rosenbrock. Jump pass to Guzman. Guzman with 16 seconds to go to Rosenbrock. Looking down low. Feeds to Barfus, double team. Bounce pass to Guzman. 10 seconds to go. Rosenbrock dribbles to his left. Hands it off to Guzman with 6. Now to Garcia with 5. Looks up at the clock between his legs. Left of the lane with 2. Puts up a shot. And that's off to the right. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. And that's the end of the opening half. With the score, Estes Park 33. Brush 32. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 33-32. Estes Park leads Brush as we head to the third quarter in Estes. The Diggers will break their huddle momentarily. More than likely they go with the same lineup as they had in the opening half to start the game, obviously. Isaac Cerrone had a big night last night, 26 points against Platte Valley. He's got 14 already in this game against Brush. It is Colson, Moody, Tully, Cerrone, and Johnson for Estes Park. Shaver, Rosenbrock, Simmons, Garcia, and Guzman for Brush. And the Bobcats will have the basketball to begin the second half. And there's some delay here before the third quarter begins, just clearing team fouls off the board. Now here we go. Colson for Estes Park. Back out to Moody just across the timeline. The outside left maintains the dribble at the free throw line for Tully. Bounce pass, left baseline. Rosenbrock fouls Cerrone. Bodied him up for Rosenbrock. That's his second foul. And to throw it in will be Moody. Moody looking, still looking. In the left corner, there's a 3, and that's up and missed by Tully. And the ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Moody. Moody back out to Johnson, resetting as Estes Park. Now Cerrone on the right baseline, picked up by Rosenbrock. Cross court to Colson. Colson spinning on Garcia. Jump pass, cross court to Cerrone against Rosenbrock. Now near the top to Colson. Swings it on the outside left to Moody, picked up by Guzman. Moody, free throw line for Tully. Tully looking, dribbling left to the lane against Simmons, stripped away, and the ball is loose and still loose, and Simmons has it, then calls a timeout. And the Bobcats turn it over for a 7th time as Simmons was on the floor, which is why he called the timeout. That'll be a 30-second timeout just to give the B Diggers the possession. If not, that would have been even if it would have been a tie-up, the B Diggers would have had the ball, but now that saves the tie-up. Because we know as opposed to girls basketball, boys basketball doesn't have as many jump ball situations or tie-up situations. So Guzman to throw it in. Check that. It'll be Rosenbrock instead. In the backcourt to Guzman. Guzman across the timeline at the top, swings it right side to Garcia, takes a long three, and that's going to be short up the top of the backboard. And Estes Park has the basketball. B-Diggers will apply the pressure. In the backcourt to Moody, back to Colson. Still in the backcourt to Johnson. Lobs it to Moody, off his hand, the ball is loose, but he picks it up. Now to Tully. Tully back out to Colson, right of the lane in the right corner for Moody. Moody to his left with the basketball. Moody into the lane, swings it left corner. Cerrone, three in the air, is off to the left, a little short. And the rebound and putback is up and in by Moody. Moody now with four. The Bobcats lead by three, 35-32. 1 minute into the third quarter. Garcia for Brush, over to Guzman on the high right. Lobs it near the top for Simmons. Simmons holds the ball on his right hip. Bounce pass to Shaver at the free throw line. Swings it to Rosenbrock down low. He hooks it up and in. There was contact, no whistle. Rosenbrock scores. He's got 10. The B-Diggers to within one, 35-34. Into the front court. Moody, left baseline for Johnson. All the way, scoops it up, fouled as he missed. Nick Johnson to the stripe. The B-Digger foul was committed by Simmons. That'll be his third. The free throw is off to the right by Johnson. Simmons is out, Roach is in, Barfus is in, and Shaver's out. Second free throw upcoming for Nick Johnson, with the Bobcats up by a point. Neither team has gone on a big run, and that second free throw is back rimmed, but the rebound is Cerrone. Cerrone for Estes Park with the basketball near the timeline to Moody. Moody against Guzman, dribbles to his right, calls out the play, left of the lane, ball stripped away, taken away by Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock with the basketball at the head of the field, lays it up and in! Off the glass and it kissed the rim. Rosenbrock now with 12. The B-Diggers up by one, 36-35. Moody on the outside right to Tully. Tully against Garcia. Swings it to Colson. Pulls up from 12. And that hit nothing but window. Rosenbrock with a rebound, his eighth. Rosenbrock into the front court to Guzman. Left wing three is well off to the right. But Garcia's got it. Garcia turns, hooks, and scores off the glass. Garcia now with 11. The B-Diggers are on a mini run. They've scored the last 6 points of the game and lead 38-35. 6 minutes to go in the third. Here is Cerrone for Estes Park. Gets a pick from Johnson. Dribbles left of the lane. Left corner, Tully takes the three, and that's going to be well short. Cerrone with a rebound. Fouled by Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock commits his third. And Moody to throw the inbounds pass. Moody looking down low. Johnson covered. Back out to Tully. Colson with a basketball. Bounce pass on the outside right to Moody. Guarded by Barfus. Gets a pick from Johnson. Puts up a 10-footer. It's off the rim and no good. And the rebound controlled by Barfus, his fourth, of the outlet to Garcia. Garcia with a long pass to Rocha. Rocha's going to have to kick it back out to Garcia, though. Garcia between his legs. Garcia right of the free throw line. In the lane. Scoops it up and he's fouled as he drove to the basket as Colson committed the foul. And Garcia to the line. Spencer Woodward, who had a big second quarter, about to check in. Second foul committed by Colson. Now the B-Diggers looking to extend what is a 6-0 run. With 5:28 to go in the third. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't just settle for any old frozen water. Get AC Ice at any local grocery or a convenience store near you. He pulled the string on the first free throw. Garcia's taking the only free throws. Well, no, Rosenbrock took two for Brush. Second free throw coming up for Austin Garcia. That's in the air, and that one is in. Garcia now with 12 points in the game. Brush is on a 7-0 run. 39-35, 5:23 to go in the third. Moody with the basketball against Rocha. Swings it high left to Colson in the left corner for Woodward, guarded by Shaver. Woodward left of the lane, bounce pass to Colson. Colson against Garcia. On the high left to Cerrone. Gets a pick from Colson, dribbles left baseline, puts it up and in. Isaac Cerrone scores with the right hand. He's got 16. Brush 39, Estes Park 37. 5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Give him the middle.
Here is Garcia all the way, scoops it up, and he missed it. Rebound to Shaver. Shaver goes back up, and he throws up an air ball. Garcia misses the shot. Garcia going again, then he's fouled on the floor by Stark.
He had the ball.
Stark commits his first foul. Big Diggers doing a good job on the boards there. They out-rebounded Estes Park in the opening half. Garcia to throw it in. Garcia looking. Still looking. Lobs it near the top and is taken by Rocha. I don't know how he got over Cerrone, but Rocha did a nice job. Rocha pulls up 10-footer. Good! On the right baseline, Rocha's got major leaps. That's the only way he got that ball, and he scored. 41-37 Brush. 4.5 to go in the third. Woodward with a basketball on the outside right to Colson. Penetrates right baseline. Pulls up and misses. And the rebound grabbed by Rocha Brush. Rocha on the outlet to Guzman. Guzman with a basketball. Guzman at the top. Guzman lobs it down low. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by Woodward. An errant pass. The B-Diggers got a nice break there. Brush is yet to commit a turnover in the quarter. And to throw it in will be Garcia. Garcia again to the right of the basket. Looking, got to get rid of it to somebody. Does to Barfus in the left corner. Dribbles to his right, lost the basketball, got it back, falls down. Guzman, though, chases it down before it goes in the backcourt. Hands it off to Garcia. The B-Diggers lead 41-37 over the Bobcats of Estes Park. Garcia left of the lane all the way, scoops it up. Contact, no whistle, and the ball is rebounded by Woodward. Woodward with his third rebound. Here's Stark. Stark across the timeline, into the lane, all the way off the back of the rim. Rocha grabs the rebound for Brush, and then did he throw the outlet away? No, it's taken by Shaver. The ball was loose. Shaver down low, over to Guzman. Now Barfus, 8-footer, good. Eric Barfus now has 10. The B-Diggers with a 6-point lead, their biggest of the game. 3:35 to go in the third. Cerrone, who's got 16 points, has got the basketball for the Bobcats. Back out to Moody. Moody's setting up the play on the high right for Colson. Colson dribbles to his right, looking down low, swings it back out to Cerrone. Cerrone, outside left Stark. Lob down low, wide open is Moody, and he has the shot blocked out of there. And then we get a tie-up. Barfus grabbed the ball, B-Digger basketball. And Barfus to throw it in. With Brush up 43-37. And we've got a timeout called by the Bobcats, 30-second timeout. So we will not go anywhere. Rominger Jewelry and Gifts is the leader in Northeast Colorado for diamonds, jewelry, watches, and expert in-store jewelry repairs. For service, quality, and value, shop Rominger's in downtown Sterling. Brush girls leading at home 53-13. As they go to the fourth quarter in that game. Barfus to throw it in for Brush. Here we've got 3:17 to go in the third, so we're behind as opposed to the girls' game. Rocha for the B-Diggers. Rocha to his left, crossover dribble. Bounce pass to Garcia. Garcia in the lane. Garcia leans, shoots, and misses off to the right, and he's fouled. Garcia again to shoot two. Joe Colson commits his third. And Austin Garcia, who's got 12 points in the game, will step to the line. Free throw is up and perfect. Stubbs Gas and Oil, your next stop out, heading out of town, that is. During your visit, you can stop at Stubbs Gas and Oil. Gas up your vehicle, sit down to lunch, get snacks, and your hunting and fishing licenses as well. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. The B-Diggers with a 7-point lead. Second free throw is up, and that's good as well. Brush with their biggest advantage, 45-37. And now Colin Dulligan into the game for Estes Park. On the outside right is Colson. Colson looking down low, swings it to Dulligan at the top. Bounce pass to Colson, takes the right wing three, and it's off the back of the rim. Cerrone chased down the rebound. No look pass to Dulligan, pass inside, tipped away, taken away by the B-Diggers, but then Austin Garcia throws it away. And here's the three by Colson. Good! Colson just pulled up and scored his first points of the game. Estes Park to within 5, 45-40, 2:28 to go, third quarter. Rocha on the outside left.
Don't let him in.
Crossover dribble. Rocha into the lane all the way off the back of the rim and missed it. Good shot. Shaver has the rebound. Over to Rocha. Rocha fakes, steps to his right, shoots, and he misses. And the ball is loose and still loose. And what do we got there? We got a whistle. And the B-Diggers call a 30-second timeout. Garcia had it called a timeout with his body on the floor. That's the second time the B-Diggers have called a 30-second timeout in this quarter, with a B-Digger sprawled out on the floor. We've got 2:11 to go. Brush leading in the third quarter, 45-40. B-Diggers trail by a point at the break and by 3 early in the third. It's Cerrone, Johnson, Woodward, Stark, and Dulligan for Estes Park. Barfus, Rocha, Cameron Alexander, Nico Guzman, and Austin Garcia for the B-Diggers. And to the right of the basket on the offensive side, Garcia will trigger it in. Garcia looks down low, lobs it on the outside left to Rocha. Rocha against Cerrone. Dribbles to his right. Bounce pass down low for Guzman, left of the lane. Guzman into the lane, hooks it to Alexander, then lost the ball. B-Diggers with their 10 turnover. Here comes Cerrone the other way for Estes Park. Bounce pass over to Dulligan. There's a foul. It'll be the B-Diggers' 14th foul. And the foul was committed by Nico Guzman, and that's an intentional foul. That should be 2 free throws in the ball then for Estes Park. So this could be a 4-point play here for the Bobcats, maybe a 5-point play off the intentional foul. Simmons will check in for Guzman. The Cerrone free throw is up and good. Second free throw upcoming by Cerrone. That is in the air, and that one is off the back of the rim. So it only cost Brush 1 point, but it cost the B-Diggers the possession as well, as the Bobcats will throw it in with 1:55 to go in the third. And to throw it in will be Dulligan. Looking. Bounce pass in the high right to Cerrone. Dribbles to his left. Crossover pass over there to Tanner Stark at the top for Woodward. He'll take the three, and that's in and out. And Dulligan grabs the rebound underneath. Back out to Cerrone. He'll put up a three, and that's off to the right. Woodward with a long rebound. Another opportunity. And Johnson is fouled off the 15-foot fadeaway by Simmons. That'll be his 4th. So Nick Johnson, who's 0 out of 2 from the line, will be at it once again. When it comes to livestock feed, you can rely on Colorado Soy to help deal with the nutritional needs of your livestock. ColoradoSoy.com. The free throw is good. Rosenbrock in for Alexander. Brush 45, Estes Park 42. 1:35 to go in the third. Game is slowed down in this quarter. Second free throw is in. 45-43. Rocha the other way. B-Diggers did hold a 7-point lead here, and then we got a whistle and a foul. Must have been Dulligan bodying up Garcia. That'll be the 4th team foul. 3rd personal there for Dulligan. Game getting a lot more physical in the second half. Garcia to throw it in. Looking. Feeds it left corner for Rocha. Penetrates left baseline all the way. Scoops it up, and he missed it with the right hand. Oh, he had an easy shot. Johnson with a rebound. The Bobcats can tie it with a deuce. Here is Cerrone. Dribbles by Garcia. Right of the lane. Hop step. Puts it up, and he misses. Barfus commits the foul, though. And Cerrone to the line. Cerrone was 17 points in the game. The B-Diggers got to be more disciplined on defense in the fourth. They've committed 6 fouls in the quarter, and the free throw is in. 45-44 in favor of Brush, but Cerrone can tie it with a free throw. That one's up, and the game is tied. Rattles home. Here comes Guzman for the Beat Diggers. Guzman setting it up for Brush. With 1:03 to go. Dribbles to his right against Woodward. Bounce pass down low for Rosenbrock. He fades. He banks. He scores. Rosenbrock with a strong move. 6 in the quarter. 14 in the game. Brush 47. Estes Park 45. 49 seconds to go. Third quarter. Woodward at the top with a basketball. On the outside right here, Stark. Stark cross court to Cerrone. Dribbles left baseline all the way. Has the shot blocked by Barfus. Offensive foul as Rosenbrock took the contact. For Cerrone, only his first foul. Turnover number 10 for the Bobcats. Matching Brush's total. And Chris Moody will check in. And Cerrone is out. And Rocha to throw it in. Beat Diggers looking to extend a 2-point lead. Guzman across the timeline, left of the lane with a basketball, pulls up from 10, partially blocked, and the rebound on the strong side by Dulligan. Dulligan across the timeline, swings it right side to Woodward. Woodward against Rocha, 25 seconds to go in the third. On the outside right to Woodward. Woodward to his left, picked up by Guzman. High right to Dulligan against Rocha. Penetrates right baseline. Bounce pass intercepted by Garcia. Saved into Rocha. Long pass to Guzman. Lays it up and in as the Beat Diggers capitalize on the turnover. Guzman with 9. 6 seconds to go. Moody in the front court to Woodward. Woodward crossover dribble. 15-foot rainbow is in and out. Put back up and in by Moody. Moody scores at the buzzer. We played 3 quarters. It's Brush 49. Estes Park 47 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers lead the Bobcats in Estes Park 49-47. Let's head to the fourth. Tanner Stark, Chris Moody, Nick Johnson, along with Spencer Woodward and Colin Dunnigan. For Estes Park, it's Micaiah Rocha, Eric Barfus, Kyle Rosenbrock, Nico Guzman and Austin Garcia for Brush. Moody with a basketball for the Bobcats against Garcia. Picks up his dribble. And then a low pass intercepted by Barfus. The other way, bounce pass to Guzman. Now here's Garcia on the outside right against Moody. Jump pass back out to Rocha. Left of the lane. Over to Garcia. Garcia trapped underneath. Got to kick it back out. Does to Rosenbrock. Right wing to Rocha. Rocha fakes the three. Dribbles to his left. Jump pass to Guzman in the right corner. Back out to Garcia. Garcia against Moody. Garcia right of the lane. He's trapped out there. Over to Barfus. Barfus with the basketball. Kicks it to Garcia right corner. Excellent defense here by Estes Park. Garcia in the lane. Scoops it up and in! As Garcia drove the lane and scored. Garcia now with 16 in the game. Brush 51, Estes Park 47. Moody across the timeline for the Bobcats. Back out to Stark. In the right corner for Woodward. Picked up by Rocha. Dribbles to his left. Now guarded by Garcia. Over to Dulligan. On the outside left, here's Moody. Moody maintains the dribble in the lane. His floater's up and around and no good, but it's tipped into the hands of Dulligan. Back out to Moody. He'll put up a shot. Good. Inside the three-point line was Moody. He's got 8 in the game. 51-49 Brush. 6:39 to go in the game. Rocha. Back out to Garcia. Garcia against Dulligan. Well behind that three-point line. Garcia dribbles to his left. Jump pass to Guzman in the left corner. Guzman lobs it. One through. Barfus taken by Rocha. Then the ball is thrown away by the Beat Diggers. The Beat Diggers with 12 turnovers. Estes Park can tie it with a 2 and take the lead with a 3. Moody, free throw line for Johnson. He pulls up from 15. It might have been partially blocked, but the ball is rebounded by Moody. Moody with a basketball. Swings it. Free throw line for Dulligan. Had it stripped by Guzman. Ball's loose on the floor. And we got a traveling violation. The Bobcats commit their 12th. A well-played game. Both teams with only 12 turnovers. And Stark and Moody are out. And Colson is in along with Adam Tully. With 6 minutes to go. And the Beat Diggers up by 2. Clay Shaver getting ready to check in for Brush. Garcia across the timeline. Looking left. Feeds it right side to Rocha. Rocha against Cerrone, who just checked back in. Rocha right of the lane. Rocha leans over to Barfus. 13-footer. Back rimmed it. Rebound to Barfus. He puts it up, and he back rimmed it again. And the ball is out of bounds, and it went off. And Estes Park Bobcat looked like it got the foot of Cerrone. And to throw it in will be Garcia. Barfus is now out, Rosenbrock in. Garcia looking, bounce pass to Rosenbrock, scoops it up and he misses, but Tully got him with a body. Rosenbrock to the line as he cut to the basket. And Rosenbrock to shoot a deuce. As he will step to the line here. And that free throw's up and off to the right. Second free throw upcoming for Kyle Rosenbrock. That's in the air, and that one is short. And the rebound is controlled by Colson. Rosenbrock going 0 for 2 there. With the basketballs, Colson on the right side. Here is Cerrone, now to Colson. Colson looking down low for Johnson, right of the lane. Backs it out to Colson. Fakes the three. Picked up by Guzman. Lane to Woodward. Scoops it up off the glass and in. Woodward scores, and the game is tied at 51 with 5:11 to go.
Don't give him the middle. Help. Help.
With the basketballs, Garcia at the top. Garcia between his legs. Garcia right of the lane, all the way, scoops it up, and he misses. And the ball is knocked around, taken by Woodward. The Bobcats can take the lead. Woodward into the front court. Over to Colson. Colson in the lane, floats it up off the glass and in! Colson scores. The Bobcats are on top. 53-51 with 4:40 remaining in the contest. Garcia the other way for Brush. Beat-Diggers might need a timeout if they can't score on this possession. Garcia swings it right corner for Guzman. Guzman looking to his left, behind the timeline. Guzman looking back out to Garcia. Garcia swings it to Rosenbrock, left baseline for Rocha, left of the lane, spinning, shooting, missing badly. And the ball is rebounded, though, by Rocha, as it did get glass. Back out to Garcia, long three, and that's off the back of the rim. And Shaver with a rebound and the putback off the glass as Shaver scores. We're retied at 53 now, 4:05 to go. What a game, and then Tully's pass is knocked out of bounds by Guzman. The Bobcats at midcourt retain possession. This could come down to the final possession. Here is Colson. Swings it on the outside left to Cerrone. Cerrone dribbles to his right. Jump pass to Tully. Tully in the right corner for Colson. Lobs it down low for Johnson, right of the lane, and then he dribbled the ball off his foot out of bounds. Turnover number 13 for Estes Park. And here comes Tanner Stark in for Nick Johnson. No, whoever executes better here with a final 3:45 will win the game. We're tied at 53. Guzman with a basketball. Guzman against Tanner Stark. Bounce pass to Rosenbrock off his foot. Gets it right back. Back out to Guzman. Guzman left baseline for Shaver. Shaver looking, stripped by Woodward, but it's picked up by Rosenbrock. And no, his foot was on the line. Beat-Diggers have turned it over. The Beat-Diggers with their 13th turnover. So the other way is the Brush Girls won 69-22 over Estes Park and Brush. This one a lot tighter, obviously. Stark back out to Cerrone. Dribbles to his right against Guzman. Jump pass down low and banked up and in by Tully. That's a great look by Cerrone. Estes Park leads by 2, 55-53. 3:07 to go in the game. Rocha at the top. Hands it off to Garcia. Garcia right of the lane, spinning in the lane, then dribbling right baseline, leans, banks, misses, and the ball is rebounded by Tully. Tully of Estes Park over to Woodward. Now to Cerrone all the way, scoops it up, and he missed it. And the rebound to Rocha. And then Rocha stripped in the backcourt. Estes Park retains now possession after the steal. Rocha with 7 rebounds. The Bobcats can be very patient. Long three by Tully is no good. Rocha with a rebound, fouled by Cerrone. Cerrone commits his second. And that will be the 17th foul. 1-1 for Micaiah Rocha. He's had a nice job on the boards tonight. And Barfus checking back in. He'll earn a second free throw if he can make the first. With 2:35 remaining. Free throw is up and in for Micaiah Rocha's second free throw now for the freshman. Chris Moody about to check in for the Bobcats. He will if the free throw is made. If not, he'll have to wait. That free throw's up and good. Here comes Moody for the Bobcats and Simmons for Brush. 55-55 with 2:35 to go. And here come the Bobcats the other way. Here is Moody at the top. On the outside right to Woodward. He had a huge second quarter with those 8 points. Now to Cerrone. Cerrone, jump pass, left corner for Moody. Penetrates left baseline. Swings it down low for Woodward. He banks, and he misses. Tipped up and in by Cerrone. Cerrone now with 21 points in the game. Estes Park 57. Brush 55. 2:08 to go. Guzman right of the lane. Back out to Garcia. Garcia had the ball stripped, but he picks it back up. Jump pass to Barfus. Lays it up, and he blew the layup. And the rebound to Tully. 1:55 to go. The Bobcats don't have to shoot. And now we got a timeout called by Estes Park. We'll take it with them. 1:52 to go. It's Estes Park 57, Brush 55 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be Estes Park basketball, that is. They lead 57-55 over the Beat Diggers with 1:52 to go. So the Beat Diggers might have to foul or come up with a steal here, unless the Bobcats actually elect to shoot. Moody to throw it in three-quarters court. Knocked it a bounce by Barfus, intended for Woodward. Now it'll be Moody in front of his own bench. Moody looking. Still looking. Back out to Cerrone just beyond the timeline. Cerrone against Rosenbrock between his legs. Bounce pass to Tully. Fade, shoots, and he misses off to the right. Simmons has the rebound for the Beat Diggers. On the outlet to Rosenbrock. Beat Diggers can tie it to Guzman. Now to Rosenbrock. 1:35 to go in the game. Estes Park 57, Brush 55. On the high left to Guzman. Guzman dribbles to his right. Still looking, got to get rid of it. Bounce pass to Rosenbrock near the left corner. Rosenbrock directing traffic. Penetrates left baseline. And then lost the ball, got it right back. And then the ball is stolen away. Stolen away by Cerrone. Cerrone in the lane, down low for Woodward, and had the shot blocked out of bounds by Barfus. Bobcats retain possession, 1:14 to go. And to throw it in, Moody in the left corner for Stark. Straight away for Tully on the outside right to Cerrone. Cerrone with the basketball. Yeah, the Bobcats don't have to shoot. There's the crossover dribble. Hands it off to Woodward. We're at 1:02 to go. In the right corner for Moody. Down low for Tully. Oh, it looked like a travel. Yeah, he shuffled both feet. Tully definitely shuffled both feet. Turnover number 14.
Had his hands all over it. He had his hands
Garcia to throw it in. With 59.2 seconds to go. And Garcia to throw it in. Over to Nico Guzman. Guzman dribbles into the front court on the outside right in the right corner for Barfus. Barfus to Garcia. Garcia against Moody. Right of the free throw and almost lost it, then got it right back. Garcia looking, kicks it back out to Simmons. 45 seconds to go. Beat Diggers down by 2. Bounce pass to Rosenbrock, left of the lane. Scoops it up, fouled as he missed. He was fouled by Tanner Stark. Stark commits his second, but Rosenbrock's got to make both free throws to tie the game. He missed 2 earlier in this quarter. He's 2 out of 4 in the game. 41.2 seconds to go. And the Rosenbrock free throw is up and in. The Beat Diggers are down by a point. 57-56.
Get up, Spencer. This is you.
Second free throw by Rosenbrock is up, and the game is tied at 57. Let's see, the Bobcats are going to take the final shot or just take a shot regardless of the amount of time remaining. Into the front court is Stark at the top. 33 seconds to go. Hands it off to Woodward. Woodward with 29 just beyond the timeline. Guarded by Barfus. Back out to Stark. Stark against Rocha with 24 to go. Now to their leading scorer, Cerrone. On the high right to Colson. 19 seconds to go in the corner to Moody. Moody picked up by Garcia. Moody in the left corner for Stark. Back out to Woodward. 13 seconds remaining. Just beyond the timeline is Cerrone. Looking up at the clock with 10. Crossover dribble. Here's Woodward all the way. And the shot blocked by Barfus. Taken by Garcia. Timeout, Brush. 5 seconds to go. And the Beat Diggers will have a final shot if they don't turn it over here. They'll have to throw it in for their own backcourt. They've got to be very smart about this. With 5 seconds to go, deadlocked at 57.
How's that not a foul?
Well, let's see what the Bee Diggers come up with as they'll have possession of the basketball. And this game has been nip and tuck the entire way. It's Garcia, Rosenbrock. I think Roach is going to be in there. He's a three-point threat. They don't need a three, but they've only got 5 seconds. Guzman and Barfus, they're all sitting on that bench. Let's see if that's going to be the 5 that'll be out there for the Bee Diggers. After this timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, Home Auto Life and Health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family, 842-4555. Both teams won last night. The Bee Diggers by 15 over Eaton. The Bobcats by 8 on the road against Platte Valley. Yep, Rocha, Garcia, Rosenbrock, Barfus, and Guzman for Brush. It'll be Cerrone, Moody, Colson, Stark, and Woodward for Estes Park, and they will apply the pressure, which is smart. They want to give the Bee Diggers all types of trouble getting the ball into the front court. Rosenbrock to throw it in. Rosenbrock with a baseball pass, and he ran the line. That's a turnover. That's a traveling violation. It was not off a made basket. Rosenbrock took a step, and that is a good call. He didn't run it too much, but enough that it was traveling, and now the Bobcats have a timeout. I don't think Rosenbrock thought he ran the line at all. He really didn't run it. He just took a step, but either way, that's the call. Yeah, they're going to say he traveled out of bounds. You can do that after a made basket. But any other time, you can take one step and that's it. And that step obviously cannot be in bounds. The Bee Diggers, off of that, have committed their 16th turnover of the game. So it's actually Estes Park that will get one final shot to win in regulation. Wow. And the Bee Diggers were obviously planning to throw a baseball pass there. Now you've got to watch out for a cutter to the basket, because that's the one that could beat you right now. Or, of course, a wide open three. And if they beat you with a three, that's not a bad way to lose. You don't want to lose on anything down low. So with 5 seconds to go, to throw it in is Woodward. Woodward underneath the offensive side of the basket. They're looking for the cutter. Feeds Moody. Moody puts it up and in. Bee Diggers fell asleep. There's the inbounds pass to Guzman, and that's it. 59-57. The Bobcats win the game. Or did they call a timeout? Let's see if they called a timeout. No, there was no timeout called, and Estes Park defeats Brush 59-57. That's the final score. Let's take a 2-minute break. A 2-minute break after this on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Bee Digger postgame show brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your farm and ranch headquarters for all your farm and ranch supplies that carry feed for all your animals and pets. Mr. D's Ace Home Center. As the Bee Diggers lose the game in the final seconds on a layup by Chris Moody with just a few seconds to go. Final score 59-57. The Bee Diggers led 13-11 after one and then trailed at the break 33-32. Brush outscored Estes Park 17-14 in the third for a 49-47 lead, but then outscored 12-8 in the fourth. Now the Bee Diggers, after Estes Park had a shot blocked, got possession of the basketball with 5 seconds to go, and Kyle Rosenbrock was ready to throw it in. And what happened there, and I thank owner general manager Alec Creighton for informing me of this because he was a former official as well. There's a 3-foot wide area that the thrower cannot leave. no pivot foot rule whatsoever on that play. And if that's the case, which I know it is, obviously, it didn't appear that he left the 3 foot. 3 feet is a pretty big area. He just looked like he took a step to his right, and that was about it. And even Rosenbrock was flustered by that call. He certainly wasn't running, and I know I might have used that terminology, but he just took a step to his right, and that was about it. So either way, that's what happened. The Beat Diggers turned it over. They never got the ball in bounds, and then the inbounds pass went to Chris Moody, who was wide open underneath the basket. The Beat Diggers fell asleep on that play, and Moody just laid it in, and Brush did not call a timeout. They had none remaining, in fact, and that was it as the time ran out, and Brush loses 59-57. Let's run through the visiting Beat Diggers. 16 points from Austin Garcia and Kyle Rosenbrock. They got 10 from Eric Barfus, 9 points from Nico Guzman, Micaiah Rocha with 4 and 2 from Clay Shaver. Isaac Cerrone did it again. He had 26 last night in the 8-point victory over Platte Valley. He had 21 in this game, 14 in the opening half, 10 points from Spencer Woodward and Chris Moody. Nick Johnson with 8, 5 from Joe Colson, and then 2 apiece for Adam Tully. And Tanner Stark, by the way, had 3 points in the game. Beat Diggers out-rebounded the Bobcats 34-28. Micaiah Rocha had 8 for Brush, as did Kyle Rosenbrock, and then 6 apiece for Eric Barfus and Clay Shaver. Now, as for the Bobcats rebounding-wise, they were led by Isaac Cerrone with 6 in the game. Turnover total, the Beat Diggers had 16, and Estes Park had 14. Meanwhile, Estes Park 11 out of 16 for the line, a shade under 70%. The Beat Diggers 12 out of 16, 75%. So the Beat Diggers with a loss now dropped to 3-5 overall. And in Patriot League play, they're 3-3. The Bobcats at 3-2 in league play and 4-4 on the season. Again, you can always follow us on Twitter and Facebook at our Facebook page is 1010 KSIR Sports, or on Twitter at KSIR Sports. And that's the way you can follow us. In fact, now, while we have some time, we'll do this for a couple of minutes. Let's bring in the head coach of the Beat Diggers, Bob Held, as the Beat Diggers with a devastating 2-point loss here in Estes Park, a game that the Beat Diggers had a 7-point lead at one point, but that lead quickly evaporated as the Bobcats were able to come back in this particular game. I'm just trying to locate where I put that portion of the headset. It just fell on me. So here we go. And Coach, I'll grab you here for a couple of minutes.
Sure.
Give me your assessment of this game. It just went back and forth. I mean, this was anybody's game really throughout. Nobody had control of the game at all.
It was a battle, and we went into halftime. I said, guys, we're in this game. This is where we came up here, and they're not going to sit down and hand it to us. We have to work for it, and we have to fight for it. So it was a battle. It was a good game, and kudos to them. I mean, they're a good team. They won a strong one last night, too, down in Platte Valley. So we weren't coming in easy on a team that wasn't on a low. They were on a high, so we had to play ball.
Not to discredit Estes Park on that final play, but obviously that's a defensive breakdown when a guy gets a layup.
Yeah, and we come out of the huddle and said, hey, everybody's got to stick with their guy. Keep number 5 in your sights. Double team him. Keep the guy throwing the ball in off. Everybody stick with their man, and if you get beat, yell. But obviously we turned around the wrong way, and the guy just came to the basket. And then we didn't even get a timeout there. We called 3 seconds left for a timeout. We didn't get that either. And I didn't even see the violation on Kyle to throw the ball in. He took a step, but he didn't shuffle his foot either.
That's what I thought. I mean, I was bewildered by that call because I mentioned it was a traveling thing, but apparently, a former official here, our owner, general manager, told me by text that there's a 3-foot wide area that you cannot leave, and it didn't look like he left that area whatsoever.
He didn't. And you couldn't run on the dead ball, but he didn't move his pivot foot. He just stepped with his foot farther to the right to get rear back. He didn't drag. I mean, he didn't even step or didn't run, do nothing, and that's not a violation. So I got it on video. I'm hoping I'll have to discuss it with Chess a little bit.
Having said that, though, how good of a game was this to watch and coach, because it just went back and forth, and this is basically, Coach, emblematic of the Patriot League. Every game is a battle.
It is. It's an awesome league, and every kid plays hard, and every coach coaches hard, and it's fun to play in and fun to watch. And it's heartbreaking some nights, and sometimes you're on the other good side of it. But the kids play hard, and it's fun to play. And like I say, kudos to to Estes Park. They came out and they had a game plan against us, and they worked it well, and we just come short.
All right, next up, I believe, is Frontier Academy on Tuesday.
Tuesday
So,
night, yeah.
All right, Coach, best of luck in that game. Sorry you couldn't pull out this one, but there'll be many other exciting games, and hopefully you pull out many more
They'll
in the
be
future.
all there. They'll always be there. So.
All right, that's Brush head coach Bob Held. Appreciate you joining us on the post game as the Beat Diggers fall to the Bobcats 59-57. Our sound engineer has been Rose Condas. I'm John Beltran, right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.